अस्सलाम वालेकुम, क्या हाल है आप सबका? बॉयज़ फैम, सॉर्ट ऑफ फैम. सो आज का टॉपिक, यार आई पुट अप अ क्वेश्चन एंड गुड फ्यू ऑफ देम वर अबाउट लाइक लव एंड रिलेशनशिप्स एंड शिट लाइक दैट. तो मैं अपना ओपिनियन दे देता हूँ. अब ये मेरा ओपिनियन है, आपको अग्री करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. ये मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी के सफ़र के दौरान इतनी उर्दू नहीं हो रही भाई. क्या कहते हैं, सफ़र तो बहुत किया ब्रो. गेट इट, फन. ओके, इंग्लिश उर्दू, यू नो, गेट द फन्स मैन. लाइक, ओके, आई एम नॉट एक्सप्लेनिंग इट, बट डू यू वांट मी टू एक्सप्लेन इट? ओके, आई एम सॉरी, आई विल स्टॉप बीइंग स्टूपिड. अच्छा, तो दिस इज़ द ओपिनियन आई हैव मेड एंड माई पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ इट थ्रू माई लिमिटेड लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड critical thinking thingy. ठीक है, तो you don't have to agree with me. I have no I don't know, man. I'm just a normal dude talking to his phone at 8 a.m. instead of sleeping. Cool. तो हाँ, अब ना भाई अजीब, हर बंदा किसी तरह ना ऑफेंड हो जाता है हर चीज़ से. तो I never intend to cause anybody offense. My goal with the page is entirely different. So to like people get really mad at me for no reason, like I didn't intend that. I understand कि फिर भी feel होता होगा आप लोगों को कि आपको direct attack हो रहा है, but no man, if you don't like it, then ignore it is the best thing I can say, because it's obviously I can't always stay between the lines. It's practically impossible, and I know some of you are like, try harder, but I really can't. I'm trying the hardest I can to stay within the lines and to not offend as many people as I possibly, to not offend people, you know. But I can't, physically I cannot. Like, I've tried my best, but yeah, I will keep on trying. बट या अच्छा, हम ऑफ टॉपिक. यार अगर आप मेरा पॉडकास्ट पहली दफ़ा सुन रहे हैं तो ये आप समझ जाएं कि मेरा अटेंशन स्पैन इतना छोटा है कि मैं किसी का नाम लेने लगा था, लेकिन मैं नहीं लूँगा. इमेजिन करो कोई लड़का आपको नहीं पसंद, उसकी डिक से भी ज़्यादा छोटा मेरा अटेंशन स्पैन है. ठीक है, तो इसलिए मैं ऑफ टॉपिक बहुत ज़्यादा जाऊँगा. ठीक है, तो माइंड नहीं करना. माइंड होगा तो ना. आई एम सॉरी. If you are new to these, you probably will click off it now because you're like, क्या बकवास कर रहा है बहुत. अच्छा, तो my perspective on it is, firstly, what is love? लेकिन उससे भी पहले, क्योंकि मेरे दिमाग में अब एक और रैंडम चीज़ आ गई है जिसके बारे में मैं बात करना चाहता हूँ, which is, I don't think you should get into relationships before the age of 18. This is just what I think, because मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव ये है कि भाई आप जब उस उम्र में होते हो, टीनेज ईयर्स, एडोलसेंट ईयर्स, एंड यू ग्रोइंग अप, देन इफ़ यू गो इनटू समथिंग एज लाइक हार्ड हिटिंग एज लव, which usually, when we'll touch on this later, I don't even think is love. We just fool ourselves into thinking कि ओ ये प्यार है, ठीक है, लेकिन वो नहीं होता. And then we get our hearts broken, और उस वक्त हम लोग के ग्रोइंग ईयर्स होते हैं और वो चीज़ें हम इंटरनलाइज कर लेते हैं और हमें पता भी नहीं चलता, और हमारे दिमाग में जो हो रहा होता है उस वक्त, जो हमारी पूरी ज़िंदगी अफेक्ट करेंगे इवेंट्स, उस उम्र में होते हैं जिस उम्र में हमें कोई समझ भी नहीं होती उनके बारे में सही से. And it messes you up, man. I've seen it happen. I've seen so many people fall, and this isn't true for everybody, but this is what I've seen. I've seen so many people who were so good at life, you know, they just fall out of it. They get sad, they get messed up, and I know love isn't the only reason for it, but this podcast is about love, and so basically I've seen good people mess themselves up over love, और उनकी उस, I know it will hurt at every age, but I just feel like in these years ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि आप अपने ऊपर काम करो भाई, और आप अपने आप को बेहतर करो, और आप अपना एक पर्सपेक्टिव बनाओ, एंड you need to know what you want from life before you put somebody else into it, you know. Varna it's so unstable, and it's just not, I don't feel like it's worth it at that age, you know, with the amount of repercussions it has. Obviously, it's every case is different. I've seen people who've been together since O levels, bro, like 5 years. अच्छा नहीं, उनका भी breakup हो गया. But I'm not laughing at them, but I haven't seen anybody last that long, bro. It's just, I haven't. It's very rare. भाई अब तो 3 महीने से लंबा रिलेशनशिप हो तो कहते हैं सीरियस हो रहा है भाई. मतलब भाई ये क्या है, कि टाइम पास कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो? ये लव होता है जो 2 महीने बाद ख़त्म हो जाता है, या 3 महीने बाद जब आप एक्टिंग नहीं कर सकते वो इंसान बनने की जो आपको लगता है दूसरे इंसान को पसंद आएगा, तो ख़त्म हो जाता है. He wasn't like I expected him to be. Yeah, don't dive into it that fast. The world is fucked up. People are messed up. And this is just my life experiences, you know, like from what I've seen and heard, and just it's so weird. Like dudes are messed up, girls are messed up. I've seen girls using guys for multiple reasons, and then after they're done they move on to the next one. And I've seen guys do the same. They do it for whatever reason they do it for, mostly because they want nudes and shit, and then they just leave after they get what they want. And then देखो उस लड़के के लिए वो एक नॉर्मल रिलेशनशिप था जो वो हर 2 महीने बाद किसी नई लड़की के साथ करता है. सेम विद द गर्ल. बट इमेजिन उस लड़की का पहला रिलेशनशिप था, and she thought of it sincerely, and she actually loved him with all her heart. And imagine how that experience would shape her life, like till the day she dies, because she'll always remember that. And because the first time the love, the emotion is so intense, it hurts even more, and it stays with you and it scars you. And I've seen so many people who have like attachment issues and commitment issues just because their first boyfriend or first girlfriend was not sincere with them, and they got cheated on, or the dude literally used them and manipulated them. And it's fucked up. It is. And it's not okay. But I don't know, man. अभी आजकल जो जिस चीज़ को ये कहते हैं ना कि love है, that's not love. That it's not. It can't be. It lasts 3 months. भाई lust एक चीज़ होती है और love एक चीज़ होती है. People confuse the both of them. ठीक है? Lust is different. Love is different. इतने खुले तरीके से love का अल्फाज यूज़ कर रहे होते हैं. But that's not love. You're just using it to fool yourself and the other person. And that's fucked up. Because देखो, if you're in it and you know it's not going to last, why are you doing it? And I know some people do it for other reasons. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about love. ठीक है? I'm not talking about the other needs and desires you may have. But yeah, I just feel like till that age of 18 or 20 or something, you need to work on yourself and try and shape your base. Because मुझे लगता है कि सबसे ज़रूरी साल उस तक ही होते हैं कि आप अपने ऊपर काम करो और आप अपनी पर्सनैलिटी बिल्ड करो, ना कि आप अपनी ज़िंदगी किसी और के ऊपर बेस करने की कोशिश करो. Because here's the thing, here's what I think and I firmly believe in. You are complete as an individual. You do not need somebody to quote unquote complete you. I know this is what we're fed, और हमें यही सिखाया जाता है बचपन से. हर ड्रामे में, हर मूवी में, हर स्टोरी बुक में प्रिंसेस का प्रिंस आता है तो वो खुश होती है, उसकी ज़िंदगी का मकसद कंप्लीट होता है और वो पूरी ज़िंदगी एक दूसरे को हासिल करने की कोशिश करते हैं. लेकिन क्यों भाई? Look, I understand it's good to fight for it, but जब हमें ये चीज़ें बताई जाती हैं तो हमें लगता है we need somebody. We do not need anybody. We are complete as individuals. The other person should not complete you. They should complement you. They should add a different dimension to you. It shouldn't be कि oh, I'm not the same person without them. Because I know this is a very जो भी सोचो, but everybody leaves, and then it hurts like shit, bro. So isn't it smarter to have yourself be strong enough and to not let it affect you as badly mentally, and not let it affect your life as badly? And love will hurt and affect your life at any point in your life, but I think कि जो वो स्टेज होती है ना 18 साल तक की, उसमें you shouldn't get into it, because then you're like extra vulnerable, and you will always be vulnerable to it. Honestly, you will always be, because the hardest you try, you open up to that one person, and inevitably you get hurt. And I know we say कि we have that fairy tale, and it's like, oh, it'll be amazing and all, and I hope it is. I sincerely pray for everybody to find it, but at the same time I think logically, and I just feel like, you should never rely on somebody else or something external for your happiness. And that's also why I don't like drugs and alcohol and all of that stuff, because you shouldn't need anything from the outside to come and make you happy. You should be self-sufficient in that, and you won't always be happy, but that's life. But at least you won't be blaming it on anything or anybody except you, and you won't be like, oh, I need that to be me again, because you should always be you. And the world is weird, and the one thing you need and the one person you need to love is yourself. And I know I've gone so off topic again, and I don't know what I did, but मैं अब rant में चला गया हूँ, and I've changed topics to self-love, so I'm gonna talk about that. I learned how to love myself when I realized how fake people are around me, and how much I relied on their validation. कि मतलब वो कहेंगे कि ये अच्छा कर रहा है, तो then I'll work on it harder, या अपना project का पहला draft बना के उसको किसी को दिखाना. And obviously you need feedback. I have my small group of friends who give me feedback, but when you rely on people to like approve stuff for you, that's when I think it's wrong. You should have that small group who tells you if you're messing up, but the bigger the group gets, the more fucked up it is. Like, too many cooks spoil the... मुझे एसिडिटी हो रही है ब्रो, एक सेकंड. कोई मुझे को alkaline दो, मैं न्यूट्रलाइज करूँ. Okay, I'm sorry man, I'm very lame, but it got too intense, so I had to break it up with a JoNk, a very bad one, but a JoNk nonetheless. मैं किस बारे में बात कर रहा था, कोई मुझे बता दे भाई, बता दो. अच्छा, I think I was talking about... I've forgotten. I think I was talking about how everybody is fake around you, and this may not be true for a lot of people, and I am very happy for you, but everybody was fake around me, okay? And I found out everybody like had ulterior motives, और मुंह पे आपके कुछ होते हैं लोग, पीछे कोई बात कर रहे होते हैं. And I loved these people with all my heart, because that's how I've always been. कि अगर मैं आपके साथ sincere हूँ तो मैं 100% I'll be all in. And then when you find out those very people are like talking shit about you behind your back, and your best friends are a part of it, and literally everybody around you is a part of it, then it fucking hurts, man. It hurts. And then to find out that they're jealous of whatever you've accomplished, and they want to stop you or undermine you in a way, then it hurts even more, because you think they'd be like proud of you and they'd like support you. And that's when I understood that the only person that I needed to believe in me had to be me. क्योंकि लोगों के मोटिव होते हैं यार, लोग नहीं होते sincere हमेशा नहीं होते. And I have people in my life that I know will be honest to me every time, and that is very important to have that small group, because you can't always be right either. आप भी गलत होते हो. But my thinking point is on self-love and self-belief, that if I don't respect myself, nobody else will, because you radiate that energy. And I've seen it happen. When I started respecting myself, people started respecting me more. because I demanded that from them, because I don't treat myself as anything less than that. So they know they have to treat me like that at the minimum, कि मैं उनको उस तरह मतलब अपनी लेवल पे समझूंगा, और उन्हें पता है कि मुझे उस रिस्पेक्ट की ज़रूरत है, वरना मैं आई विल नॉट रिस्पेक्ट देम बैक. एंड सो दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी कि you love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to? And loving yourself is very, very tough. It took me a very long time to get, and I don't love myself completely अभी भी. मैं अपनी जितनी बेइज्जती करता हूँ और अपने जितने फ्लॉज निकालता हूँ, कोई निकाल के तो दिखाए भाई. मैं जितना अपने आप को कहता हूँ कि तुम्हारे में ये भी बुराई है, ये भी बुराई है, कोई करके दिखाए. But I also know कि I'm trying my best every day. And that gives me hope, and that makes me not hate myself as much. And I'll make another podcast on how I went through this journey of self-love. But the thing is that I learned that the only person I needed to believe in me was me, because everybody in my life will literally always tell me कि तुमसे नहीं होगा, या this is out of your comfort zone, or don't do that, don't do this. There's so many people who won't believe in me that I don't need to add to that, you know. I don't need to be in that group. I need to be the person backing myself, being like, ओए तू कर सकता है जानी, तेरे में है, तूने उस वक्त भी किया था जब लोगों ने ये कहा था, तो तू अब भी कर सकता है. And that's why it's been a very important part of me after that incident in school, where I learned all of this, and then slowly I became more self-reliant. And it may not be what most people think is ideal, but it's worked for me. And yeah, now we move on to what is love for me, for admin 1. For me, it is understanding that nobody's perfect, nobody will be perfect, and then embracing those flaws and then working on them together. Because I'm not perfect in any sense of the word, but someone may find that in me. Someone may see me and think, oh, that is perfect, because perfection is perspective, you know. And for me, love is not that initial 3 to 6 month phase where you're completely obsessed with the person and you think they're the best thing in the world. It's after that, when you see other stuff, when you see stuff you may not like, and when you have disagreements or days you may not like them as much, and you work on it and you make it work. Because nobody can feel that consistently good about anybody, I think. And we all have our off days, and it's understanding when somebody's having one and giving them their space. And it's also understanding when they need you, so you cut down that space and you're there for them. What I'm trying to say is, मैं probably word नहीं कर रहा सही तरह, तो मैं एक और दफ़ा फिर try करूँगा. अगर समझ लग गई तो लग गई, वरना अल्लाह खैर भाई. What I'm trying to say is कि इतने relationships होते हैं और इतने lovers होते हैं जो 3 महीने 6 महीने बाद they split because it's not working out. So if you truly love someone, I think it is when you try and fix it. You try and make it work. You try and do everything in your power to not lose them. Even when it feels like it's not the easiest thing in the world and you have disagreements, but you're working on it and you're trying to make it last and you're trying to do everything you can to make it work. But देखो, मैं बहुत ही न्यूट्रल किस्म का बंदा हूँ, तो मैं कहीं पे भी किसी एक्सट्रीम साइड पे नहीं लीन करता. एक ये पर्सपेक्टिव है मेरे दिमाग में, ठीक है. And I really believe that you need to make it work and you need to make क्या कहते हैं उन्हें भाई, वो जो सारे सोसाइटी में लड़कियों को कहते हैं कि करने पड़ते हैं और लड़कों को नहीं कहते, और लड़कों को भी करने चाहिए. कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करने पड़ते हैं भाई, ज़रूरी होता है. You have to change and adapt to the person because everybody is different, you know. And this is where the second perspective comes in. there's this Netflix पे ये एक शो है, ये आप देखना ज़रूर. ये दूसरा पर्सपेक्टिव के बारे में completely. The show is a comedy show. It's a bit dark. It's a bit offensive. तो अगर आपका सेंसिटिव ह्यूमर है और आप थोड़ा सा भी डार्क नहीं इन्जॉय कर सकोगे तो आप ना देखना. It is Jigsaw by Daniel Sloss. डार्क ह्यूमर भी है इसमें, but he also talks about something very important. तो Sloss इसमें जो बात करते हैं वो कहते हैं कि everybody is working on their life and most of us build our lives. अब जिगसॉ नाम है इसका, तो वो पजल्स के बारे में बात कर रहा है. वो कहते हैं हम अपना पजल बना रहे होते हैं, सब बना रहे होते हैं और हमने बीच में जो चीज़ रखी होती है ना सब ने, वो होता है somebody else, a prince, princess or our significant other to complete us. And the thing is, when you find them, they don't perfectly fit in that box every time. And then you rearrange your entire puzzle जो आपने अपनी पूरी ज़िंदगी में बनाया था, and you make space for them and you change for them, but then you're never truly happy, is what Sloss says. I don't believe that completely, but that's what Sloss says. He talks about how you shouldn't have to change for anybody for them to love you. If they love you, they should love 100% of you, not 90% of you, because that's not enough. They shouldn't like tell you to change or fix that or fix this, because that's what his perspective is. और मैं इतना अच्छी तरह नहीं समझा सकूँगा जितनी अच्छी तरह अगर आप वो देखोगे तो आपको समझ लगेगा. और he makes a lot of good points, but I still sincerely believe compromise is necessary. क्योंकि no two people can get along perfectly. There will always be stuff you need to compromise on and do for the other person that you may not like, and that's because you want them to be happy. And yeah, obviously you don't change yourself completely for anybody, because that's messed up and you should never do that. But I'm talking about small compromises, like watching a drama with them or something, like, going shopping. I hate that, but इस तरह की चीज़ें मैं अब सोच रहा हूँ कि मुझे क्या नहीं पसंद. तो stuff like that, the little compromises. I can feel how much of a mess this podcast is. Don't judge me too hard for this. And if I came across as rude, then I don't care. मेरा opinion है, लेना लो वरना चले जाओ. And yeah, मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव है, बल्कि ओपिनियन भी नहीं है भाई, पर्सपेक्टिव है. जो करना करो अपनी ज़िंदगी के साथ, एंजॉय करो. और अगर इधर तक देखा है तो then comment orange cable. Yes, orange cable is the code that you need to comment down below if you've watched it. इधर तक watched नहीं, heard bro. And yeah, I think peace out man, love you guys platonically या नॉन प्लेटोनिकली होता है, क्या होता है लव्स भाई, प्लेटें yeah but हाँ, love is a beautiful thing, makes us push our limits, it makes us be better human beings. It hurts us, but that hurt is what helps us grow and be worthy enough to love somebody else some other time maybe. I always will and have believed that everything happens for a reason, and if I am hurt or anything happens, I cherish the memories that I've made instead of crying over it and thinking, oh, I messed up, because you did learn something from that experience and you should never be ashamed of it, because it's who you are. It's a part of your life now. It's a part of your jigsaw. It's a little piece somewhere in there which affected you. And you should be proud of yourself for going through that and making those memories. Gang, I've been one out. Love you guys.